This chapter has been written by two people, Dr. Sunil Kumar Paswan and myself. Sir, on behalf of Sir, I'll be presenting the PPTs. So first of all, we have what are the challenges faced by Indian higher education ecosystem? Why we need to change to NEP 2020? There were several reasons, like in education system, as we can see that there are practical knowledges less and theoretical were more. So government decided to have many new ways so that challenges can be accepted. And our first point challenge faced by Indian higher education system is a severely fragmented higher education ecosystem, less emphasis on development of consecutive skills and learning outcomes, a rigid separation of disciplines with early specialization and streaming of students into narrow and areas of studies. So particularly this point means the students should be particularly divided into different fragmentations or different specializations in which they are interested from a smaller age rather than in graduation. Limited access, particularly in social economically disadvantaged areas with few HEIs than tech in local languages. Limited teacher and institutional autonomy. Now, basically, in this point, there were limited teachers. As we can see in basic primary schools, even in primary schools, there are limited faculties and students are more. So what government decided in NEP 2020 was that we'll have a particular amount of teachers above a particular section of students. So inadequate mechanism for merit-based career management and progression of faculty and institutional leaders. So this is totally the basically the challenges faced. That's why we need to improvise our NEP 2020. Next, we have current accreditation status in India. Accreditation bodies are two in India. One is NAC and second is NBA, through which the accreditation is being provided, or we can say the ranking system is being provided. Under NAC, there are 42,000 institutions, including universities, colleges, and Sandetol institutions. Accredited institutes or programs, 8,700 has been provided accreditation till now, which percentage brings to 20%. And in NBA,
Just
15,000 program in engineering. Yes, ma'am.
Akansha ma'am, just a minute. Is the screen visible to all?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible to us.
Okay, okay, okay. Ms. Akansha, please continue. Actually, it is not visible to me. Let me check my way. Akansha ma'am, please continue. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. In NBA, there are 15,000 programs in engineering, management, pharmacy, architecture, etc. Means 15,000 programs under NBA has been published for engineering, management, pharmacy, and under accreditation, only 3,050 has been provided accreditation till the date, which is 20%. Next is what is the role and accreditation under NEP 2020. Today, there are 42,000 plus higher education institutes in India. We comprise of nearly every field education system in India, like we have engineering colleges, we have graduation colleges, we have architecture colleges. So everything has been contributed under this. To make assess their quality for education, all these institutes must have to accredit, which is very ambitious target for Ministry of Education. Basically, under NEP 2020, it has been decided that the institute should be achieving NBA and NAC for being a recognized university, so that it can provide a limited, we can say a proper or a subsequent amount of education to the students. So these targets can be achieved by following steps. Now we have the various steps through which accreditation or assessment can be cleared for NAC and NBA. First is broaden the accreditation framework. All institutions that are accredited and all those that can be brought into the accreditation fold with some effort should be brought into the field of view for this framework. Obviously, if an institution is up to a mark, there are chances that they want to achieve NAC and MBA. Like we have KC group of colleges, so we are going for NBA and NAC. The reason behind that is a good college should always be having an affiliation from NAC and NBA to get more admissions and to get a quality education for students. Next is categorization. It is important to add here that a reliable and authentic database containing key information like the NIRF pointers for every HEI is the need of hour. Among other things, it will also help the database contains the latest authentic information about the teachers employed in each HEI at any given time. Now, categorization means that we'll be specializing the various categories into NBA and NEC format through which the institutions will be judged. Next, third point is capacity expansion. Existing accreditation agencies must rapidly expand to enhance their capabilities to accreditation. Significantly, additional accreditation agencies may be set up with a suitable oversight to help with the task. Specific recommendation on setting up multiple agencies have been taken up. Now, basically, every college has a capacity of basically how many students are to be enrolled. Now, based upon the enrollment of students, a particular teacher section is being provided to a particular college or university. So that is dependent upon the capacity expansion. Like in MBA, if we have 50 to 60 seats and we want to expand more seats as students are interested towards the admission. So for expansion of seats, it is essential to have NBA or NAC certification. Then only we'll be able to expand the seats. Outcome orientation. Irrespective of the level at which accreditation or benchmarking is sought, the accreditation framework should be focused on outcome in each its accreditation criteria, especially students' learning outcome, which should be articulated clearly for every field of study in institution. As we started today, Ajay sir told us about how it is essential to have a framework and what especially the students should be learning, they should be knowing before the class, like course outcomes. A student should be known that after attending a class, what all things a students can be achieving or listening to the lecture. Building credibility with the employers. The purpose of accreditation is to ensure the quality of education as expected by or acceptable to various stakeholders with respect to student, parents, the government, and most importantly, the employees. Now, basically, it is the curriculum that is being followed in colleges, universities, and schools, that there should be a proper judgment of a student's studies between parents, guardians, government. So it is important to have a proper channel through which the information can be flowed from a top level to a bottom level. Next, we have setting up multiple agencies. Now, basically, we were discussing about the points that for NEC and NBA, if we are going, what all points we have to keep in mind. Now, next, we have setting up multiple agencies. What is setting up multiple agencies? Considering the ambitious objective discussed above, it is obvious that the current framework that has only two major accreditations. Two major accreditations are NBA and NAC. These agencies have played a very important historical role and currently engaged in excellent work on accreditation. While these agencies should be empowered to enhance their capacities, now what actually is required in today's era that NAC and NBA should be essential for every college so that if they want to expand their seats and provide quality education to the students, it is necessary that NBA and NAC should be affiliated to every college and every college should have it recognized. It is noted that government has already notified regulations and guidelines through a gazette notification in August 2018 for setting up multiple agencies in the public domain and suitable oversight system. This framework can be used to set up multiple agencies for accreditation. Now, next we have specific recommendations which are made to expand the accreditation network for the better reach. Now, the thing is that if we want to continue with NBA and NEC, what all specializations or things are to be considered to expand the quality of education? Create agencies for accreditation and quality certification. Now, the thing is that we need to have various agencies that are supporting NBA and NAC. Broad disciplines, example, law, medical, nursing. It should be NAC and NBA should be implemented towards the various other branches which are left out, such as law, medical, and nursing. Accreditation or benchmarking level mentioned earlier. Now, basically, what actually happens is that there are benchmarks set for a particular education. Like in BTech, we have a particular quality of education. And if a particular institution pass that level, then only it is certified with NAC and NBA. Now, this is generally what are the strategies or agencies we can be used for certification. So as you can see from the figure, Accreditation candidate certification. Now, accreditation is generally a form work that is consideration of NBA and regional benchmarking agency, as you can see in the figure. What actually we need to do is we need to set up benchmarks, and benchmarks are basically like we have to cover the course, students' performance, extracurricular activities, projects. These all things are being included, including the industrial training. They all things are taken into consideration. And at last, if every student is qualifying the perspective, there is actually a percentage. If you cross that percentage, you'll get a certification. And if your percentage lacks, you won't be applied for the NAC or NBA. So that is generally the benchmark is represented by AC1 and AC2. And NAC and NBA both are the national agencies which are focusing towards quality of education. Now we have some more steps to achieve targets of accredited HEIs. Mentoring system for non-accredited HEIs, making participation of public funded institution in NIRF ranking mandatory, creating multiple agencies, strategic action plan, framework for mentoring of the higher education institutions, expanding the NIRF models, financial inputs and models, accreditation agencies, benchmarking agencies. Now, these are the further steps that can be taken additional to NAC and NBA. This was all. Thank you.
Thank you, Akansha. All the participants and listeners, any questions from Akansha? Okay, fine. Thank you. A very good presentation, Akansha. Let's call the next one.
Next, we have Dalveer, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all of you. Shit. Visible. Is there visible?
Yes.
Yes, Talvir, your screen is visible. No issue. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next, my topic is understand the role of National Research Foundation as a catalyst for research. In this, National Education Policy states that National Research Foundation will provide funds, coordinate and promote research in the country. So NRF will assimilate the research grants being given by the various ministries independent of each other, fund research infrastructure at individual institutions as well as infrastructure such as laboratories and other research equipments that can be shared across multiple institutions. Now here is a question that कि हमें NRF की जरूरत क्यों पड़ी? NRF नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन को एस्टेब्लिश करने की हमें जरूरत क्यों पड़ी? तो इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑन रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन में इकोनॉमी ऑफ सर्वे ने हमें जो इकोनॉमी ऑफ सर्वे 2017 और 18 का ये डाटा है, उन्होंने हमें डाटा प्रोवाइड किया कि इंडिया में जो रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन पे जो जीडीपी का सिर्फ 0.7% हिस्सा खर्च किया जाता है, जो कि चाइना में 2.1% है, यूएसए में 2.8% है और इजराइल में 4.3% है, जो कि बाकी देशों के कंपैरिजन बहुत कम है। इसीलिए हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट है उसने सोचा कि एक नेशनल रिसर्च फाउंडेशन को एस्टैब्लिश किया जाए ताकि जो हमारे देश में रिसर्च और इनोवेशन का जो प्रोसीजर है उसको हाई लेवल पे पहुंचाया जाए। इसी तरीके से जो हमारे इंडिया में रिसर्चर्स पर लाख पॉपुलेशन पे सिर्फ 15 रिसर्चर्स निकल के आते हैं और जो टोटल पेटेंट एप्लीकेशंस हैं वो ओनली 45,057 हैं। नेक्स्ट, तो इसी को देखते हुए जो हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैं, emphasized the need for establishing an expanded research ecosystem. He said that our national labs, central universities, IITs, Indian Institution of Science, TIFR, and IISERs form the backbone of our research and development. He emphasized that a strong research ecosystem must be developed in these state universities and colleges. So, the national policy of education, जो हमारी नेशनल पॉलिसी ऑफ एजुकेशन 2020 है, उसने ऑब्जर्व किया जो टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट है जो हम रिसर्च और इनोवेशन पे करते हैं इंडिया में, जो 2008 में जीडीपी का 0.84% उस पे खर्च किया जाता था, वो डिक्लाइन होकर 2014 में 0.69 रह गई. That's reason India is also lag behind many nations in number of research per lakh population, patents and publication. So इसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए जो हमारी नेशनल पॉलिसी 2020 है, उसने रिकमेंड किया establishing a national research foundation, an autonomous body for funding, mentoring and building the capacity for equality research in India. So the foundation will consist of 4 major divisions like science, technology, social sciences, arts and humanity, with the provision to add additional divisions. So an outlay of 5,000 crore over 5 years was announced in Union Budget 2021 to 2022 for National Research Foundation. Here are objectives of National Research Foundation. Funds and grants provided all the type of institutions in order to significantly strengthen India's research and innovation, seed, grow, and facilitate research at academic institutions, particularly at universities and colleges, where research capacity is currently in a nascent stage, through mentoring of such institutions by eminent research scholars, by hiring excellent young research students, postdocs, and faculty, and by funding, strengthening, and growing already existing high-quality programmers at such institutions. Fund research infrastructure at individual institutions as well as infrastructure such as laboratories and other research equipments that can be shared across multiple institutions. Increase India's model and participation in key area of national and global importance and in major national and international collaboration through large-scale mission projects and mega projects. And coordinate amongst researchers, relevant central and state government bodies and industries so that the research institutions are constantly connected with each other and with potential collaboration, including with government and industry. Support the development of the next generation of researchers and the long-term development of global quality research and innovation through innovative initiatives in education, including enhancing the cognitive and research and innovation skills of students and new researchers through various online and offline courses, workshops, conferences, and summer programs on topic of current research interest. Recommend and support various activities and initiatives for increasing the participation of women and other underrepresented groups in research. Recognize outstanding research and progress achieved via NRF funding, mentoring, and across subject and categories through various prizes and special seminar recognizing the work of the researchers. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Dalveer
you,
ma'am.
sir.
Your presentation clearly showed how much efforts you have put in. Any questions for Dalveer ma'am?
Dalveer ma'am, there is one question from my side.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you there to respond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you said that 50,000 crores rupees was allocated for NRF. Do you
Yes,
have,
sir.
do we have such kind of stats available with us? That's how much money has government spent as on date for NRF establishment and its functioning?
No, sir, I don't know.
You got only the stats that government has already allocated, right?
Yes, sir.
It was a very beautiful presentation from your side. Thank you.
I don't have clear analysis, sir.
Absolutely, you are right, but you have presented so good, right?
Okay.
That I want you to
Thank,
appreciate, right?
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dalveer ma'am. Next, we have Navleen ma'am. And the topic is structural reforms in higher system in NEP.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to share my screen. ये नहीं था, कुछ और है। So I would like to talk about the major structural reforms in the higher education. Uh, a lot of reforms have been included in these reforms. I would like to talk about the reforms in India in the higher education along with NEP 2020, which marks a significant shift in the long-standing and established rote and heard learning education practice followed in India. The main focus of NEP 2020 is not only on improving the quality of education but also on formulating an effective regulatory regime for higher education institutes across India. So, first of all, the Ministry of Higher Education proposed to increase the gross enrollment ratio to 50% by 2035, because it has been said that there are about 45,000 affiliated colleges in our country. And the next step in this is the holistic and multidisciplinary education, which includes the flexibility of subjects. And the students can enroll in the UG program, which can be about 3 or 4 years, and also the PG programs, which are 1 and 2 years. And it can include the integrated 5-year bachelor's and master's program also. And the next step in this is the higher education institutes, in which there would be research intensive and teaching intensive universities and autonomous degree granting colleges. And these universities can grant degrees to the colleges on their own. And the next is the model multidisciplinary education and research university. They want to include the research oriented courses also, so that the students can complete research in various subjects. Next step in this is the graded autonomy. In graded autonomy, it was included to promote and institutionalize the excellence in higher education institutes, with the need to create and enable environment by the higher education institutes. The graded autonomy includes the academic, administrative, and financial parameters on the basis of which the university is given the accreditation status, under which there would be 3 categories for the top research universities. And the next term is the phasing out of affiliation system in 15 years. And there is national mission on mentoring and independent board of governors. It also proposes to make a single regulator for higher education, excluding the legal and medical. And there would be online self-disclosure based on transparent system for approval in place of inspections. And the other major reforms in this are the NRF, which is the National Research Foundation. And there would be also the internationalization of education, in which the students from different countries all over the world can also come to India to study in our nation. There is integration of vocational teacher and professional education. Setting up of new quality higher education institutes can be made easier. There would be also the institutes and professional education institutes that will become multidisciplinary, to include the arts, BTech, and commerce, and many other streams also into it. There would be a special education zone for disadvantaged regions, and there would be inclusion of other multilingual courses, like including Persian and Prakrit, etc. There would be National Education Technology Forum, where teachers and many other educated personnel can share their views and also impart knowledge to the students. There would be also a focus on literature and scientific vocabulary of the Indian language. And there would be research on different languages, as we know now, the our prime minister is organizing a courses in the medical in the Hindi language also, which can benefit the people of all regions. There would be strengthening of national institutes for promotion of classical languages and literature. There would be cultural awareness of our Indian knowledge system, which was there since the ancient times. There would be promoting of traditional arts and lok vidya. And there can be use of technology in the higher education also in in the terms of education planning, teaching, learning, and assessment, etc. There would be increasing access for the disadvantaged groups and those including the Divyang friendly, which are paralyzed to some extent and can also help in their education. There will be e-content in the regional languages and virtual labs where people can train from the comfort of their homes. There will be digitally equipped schools, teachers, and students to help in the long-term learning. And these also include the reforms, including the universalization of early childhood care, etc. And there is also inclusion of national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy, and there would be inclusion of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curriculum, where and those the final exams likely like of the 8th and 10th would be abolished, and a new system would be included in this. There would be curriculum to integrate 21st century skills, mathematical thinking, and scientific temper also. And there would not be any difference between the arts and science courses, and the curricular and the extracurricular activities between the vocational and academic streams would be uh, would be inculcated. There would be education of gifted children so that all can have the right to learn. There would be vocational integration from class 6 onwards. The new national curriculum framework for ECE schools, teachers, and adult education would also be taken care of. The board examination will be low stake based on knowledge and application, and it would be apart from the rote system which was being followed from so much of time. The medium of instruction till the least grade 5 and preferably till grade 8 and beyond in the home language and mother tongue would be allowed. 360-degree holistic program progress card of the children would be provided to the parents, the tracking the student progress for achieving learning outcomes with the help of the teachers and parents also. National Assessment Center like Parak would also be included uh, further. The NTA to offer common entrance exam for admission to higher education institutes, national professional standards for the teachers also. At the end, there would be foundational learning and numeracy skills through national mission by 2025. 100% GER in the preschool and secondary education. The board exams will test the core concepts of the students. Common standard of learning in public and private sector would be there. So that's all about my presentation. I would like to thank all the viewers for listening to me, and that's all.
Thank you, Navleen ma'am. You have put your efforts in PPT and it was really valuable. So
Thank
next
you.
we have Mr. Ramninderjeet Kaur and Ms. Anamika, and the topic is contribution of technology in implementation of NEP.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, Ramindra ma'am.
Display हो रही? Our topic is contribution of technology in the implementation of new education policy. Technology makes information speedily gettable, which is why having it in the classroom is so important for both students and teachers. Smartphones, computers, and tablets are already a vital part of daily life. It makes sense that efforts are being made to study how to employ technology in the classroom to give students of all ages relevant learning opportunities. Different forms of technology, such as virtual classrooms, are used in the classroom to generate active learners who are interested in the learning objectives. Technology integration also opens doors for individualized instructions to fulfill each student's specific needs as an individual learner within a large classroom environment virtually. It seems that next generation online learning systems feel safer than face to face learning environments. One can secure their online assessments with a one stop solution that includes authentication with combining security and usability in virtual classrooms. We used a variety of methods to ensure that online learning providers content stay secure and safe. But when it comes to a e-learning system, we could consider safety to be our number one priority as we are connected to cyberspace. Technology used to improve educational reach. Aspect sorry. Aspect the issue include institutional readiness on ICT infrastructure and technical support, teachers' readiness on devices and technical support, students' readiness to adapt, library infrastructure and remote access readiness technical supports. Key features include mobile applications, TV channels, local languages, courses, Facebook sessions, online counseling, and podcasts. Leveraging labs, workshop and assessment centers provides across the country by delivering online courses for students distributed across the country. Distinctive aspects of ICT include readily available knowledge, extended reach through television, all augmented reality, and games that makes learning more effective. To address the broader and equitable use of technology, we need to consider online teaching practices. A blending of ICT with education. By the policy, appropriate use of technology into all levels of education is to support teachers' preparation and development, improve teaching, learning, and evaluate process, enhance educational access to understand groups and
Namita
streamlines
ma'am, please take a
educational
time
planning,
to ease yourself.
operations, and management. Government of India in 2019. Online learning resources. With the speedy evolution in the internet and by the implementation of new education policy 2020, many colleges and universities offered online courses to their students. However, the considerable concerns are the quality and the authentication of the resources of the online learning, Here is the list of some government-approved online learning resources. Swayam, UP, UGPG MOOCs, EPG Pathshala, Shodh Ganga, Neptel, Nishtha, it's a mobile app, the NDLI, the National Digital Library of India, CEC, UGC YouTube channels, ePathshala, it's also a mobile app, and Diksha. Technology related critical viewpoints.
Raminda ma'am, please wind
Technology
up. Please
in the
make it
teaching is
short.
nothing new. Teaching tools are all product of technology.
Am I
The
audible?
finest use of digital technology in education is when the teacher is free to apply them however she sees fit. Teaching instructions to approach technology critically is just as vital as teaching them how to utilize it. Following is a discussion of two risks. First, unlike earlier technologies, digital tools and platforms dishonestly walk into our lives as free goods while robbing us of the freedoms we enjoy with older technologies. Teachers are ensured in technologies over which they have no control as users of digital tools rather than participants in them, which significantly limits their autonomy. By selecting force over priority technologies, this risk is reduced. Second, digital technologies have the potential to be participatory. Unlikely lifeless objects like pens and books, digital technology can help deliver education without teachers. According to generally held notion that teachers are the problem in school education and lack skills, motivation, and willingness. Now I hand over the presentation to Ms. Anamika. Stop. Stop name.
मैम
Yes, ma'am.
मैम आपकी पीपीटी अभी प्रेजेंट होगी या दैट वाज
Ma'am, Anamika ma'am भी करेंगे. Actually, I am trying to stop sharing.
Um, um, my screen is visible.
नो मैम
No, your presentation is not visible.
Okay, ma'am. Wait, ma'am.
Will it take time to share?
No, ma'am. Wait. Only 1 minute. Wait, ma'am. मैम हो रही है स्क्रीन विजिबल अब? मैम स्क्रीन
Yes, ma'am.
विजिबल हुई?
Yes.
Visible, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. My topic is the second one is dangerous and risks to e-learning. Mean financially lost results from the realization of a threat or risk. Realize all threats risk by vulnerability. First one is the correspondence risk. Modern technology has made correspondence books, journal articles, and the other materials available to a wide range of students, friends, and acquaintances. The reason many correspondents withhold publication is that the material they develop may be taken over and processed without their knowledge. As only enrolled students have access to the transcripts, assignments, and etc., it is the correspondent's duty to protect the data from unauthorized use, modification, and reuse in various e-learning related situations. Regular data backups and actions plans in case of failure of certain components like hard disk, network connections, etc., are important elements of risk analysis. The second one is the teacher risk. Teachers are responsible for providing the best possible support to students with regard to their studies. Teaching methods vary from teacher to teacher, but events such as lecturing, sending notes and assignments, receiving and grading answer sheets, and creating and distributing sheet music all have common risk. The advantage of online form discussion over oral discussion in that all written documents are stored electronically on servers, but digital storage of discussion post poses significant risk to student and faculty privacy. There is a risk in the testing system that the standardization of test questions and workbooks can limit the academic freedom of individual teacher. All teachers should be aware of
Miss
the risk
Akansha,
that.
Miss Anamika, Miss
Yes, ma'am.
Anamika, please make it short.
Hello.
Miss Anamika, please make it short.
Okay, ma'am. The third one is system developer risk. Designing, developing, and delivering e-learning products requires a quality of hardware components such as high-ended web server and database server, high bandwidth internet-based line and quality LMS, along with the robust infrastructure capable of sustaining multiple users and network applications. Also, password system may at risks or broken down, then users and password can be stolen, changed by attackers. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Anybody can ask questions? Any questions? Okay, fine. Miss Akansha, please call next.
Yes. Next, we have Mr. Ankush, Miss Mandeep, Miss Kritika, and the topic is role of a teacher